into my savings and or sinking funds. I'm going to start with my recycle fund, which I have it split up. I have actual cash in here. This is such a cute like shadow box I got from Walmart. I need a vacation fund is what it says. And it has like a little slit at the top where you can go ahead and add your money into. And then I have the actual change that I received from my recycle in this cappuccino cash, which is a little dirty, but it's my version of a piggy bank, basically. And I have the actual change. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to go ahead and move this stuff out the way. And then we'll go ahead and get started counting that first. Okay, so now that I have it organized, I basically have the coins in piles of dollars. The money that I'm about to count right now is basically recycle money. So it's all of the bottles, cans, glass bottles that I've collected over a period of time, and I just went and recycled them. This is the money that I received. When I go do my recycle, I don't spend it. I just throw it either in here or in here. So this is all that I've collected. I honestly, I don't have a time frame for this particular savings. So who really knows how long I've had this money, but I have not touched it. So let's just get into it. So we have 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, $53 in cash, 54, 55, 56, 57. All of this is 58. So that's $58 total plus 11 cents. So 58.11. So we have $58.11. Okay, so now that we've counted my recycle, let's put those out the way. I want to talk about my 100 envelope challenge. If you've been watching any of my videos, I've definitely been putting more into each envelope than I anticipated. Go ahead and check out those videos if you haven't already. But I have been keeping track of how much I've been putting in each one. I've made my own like challenge tracker because I felt like I didn't find any that really suited my needs for this particular challenge. So I made my own. And when I totaled up how much I've placed into each of my envelopes, I'm at a total of $169. So that's great. I still have a very long way to go to $5,050, but I'm on my way. I want to talk about some smaller ones I have here. This first one is called my acoustic guitar fund. I've been dying to learn how to play acoustic guitar forever. It's still a instrument I would love to learn. And I thought to myself, I think late last year, that I was like, well, you know, since I've started budgeting, maybe I can make my own fund for it and start saving for it. So it's not such a hit to my pocket to purchase an acoustic outright. So that's what I did. I only have $20 in it, as you can see, only because obviously my other goals took precedent over this. It is still an instrument I would love to learn. So in due time. So I've saved a total of $20 for that particular fund. And then I have this one. This one is called, it's kind of raggedy writing, but this one's called Fabrics and Supplies. I have not, okay, depending on if this video drops first or if it drops afterward, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have a new video dropping about sewing that I'm really excited about. This is what this particular fund is talking about. So I'm not going to go into too many details because I would love for you to watch that video, but this is how much I have in this fund. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, and $27. As I said before, I don't want to go into too much depth about it because I know I have a video coming up pretty soon. So that is how much I have for this particular fund left. Then we have my Nana's birthday. This is another one I started somewhat last minute because I had the idea that I wanted to treat my Nana to a seafood boil. If you are from LA or even like Long Beach area, you're probably familiar with the San Pedro Fish Market. We've gone there and we've had a great time. And so I thought, this is my Nana's 67th birthday, and I really wanted to treat her to some great fresh seafood. So I started to save for it because it can be a little pricey for a full family, but it's absolutely worth it. Trust me on that. And they have a wonderful spread of like potatoes and peppers and corn and any kind of seafood that you picked out that you would like. It's fantastic. But this money that I have is what I have left. We've celebrated my Nana's birthday. We had a fantastic time. My granddaddy, my great granddaddy actually, my Nana's dad came out with his wife, and we just had a ball. We had a great time. So this is what I have left. I have 20, 40, 45, $50 left. So I'm actually going to, I don't even know. I might end up keeping this birthday money and maybe transitioning it into like a birthday fund for, whomever's birthday may come up. I never thought to do that before. I usually kind of wait until closer to someone's birthday to think about what I'm going to get for them or, where I'm going to take them. So, but I might end up doing that just to make things easier so it won't be so last minute. But that is how much I have left for that fund. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. I have my cushion. I decided again at the very end of last year, I started to consider the bills that I have that are continuous, that are very strenuous on my pocket, and I felt like, let me start a fund that will help alleviate some of the stress so I don't feel like I'm taking such a hit to my pocket when that particular bill comes up. Rent, maybe your car insurance, something that's just a huge chunk of money, and it's probably easier to kind of split it up so you won't want to choke yourself by the time you pay it. You know what I'm saying? So this particular fund never stays the same. I just want to say that right now. As each month comes, I definitely save it and I definitely use it. So it's never going to stay the same. It probably won't necessarily grow an extensive amount because, like I said, I use it. But I'm very happy that I started to do this because this has definitely helped me not feel so stressed. So anyways, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 105, 10, 15, $115. It really has helped me so much, and I highly suggest giving that a try if that's an issue that you've run into yourself. Now my IRA account, I've been wanting to diversify my investments, and I decided, besides my 401k with my job, and any of the other money market investments I'm already in. I wanted to give myself another avenue, and I did not have an IRA account as of yet. So I decided back in September that I was going to start saving for one so that I can deposit it in one go, just to get me started. My goal for this particular account was $300. And then from there, I'd figure out how much I wanted to keep depositing over time. Anyways, around, let me see, I think it was in November. I realized, I may be wrong, but I realized that I had already made my goal. Is that crazy or is that crazy? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. $328. Amazing. I realized, let me give you an accurate timeline because I was blown away. Like I said, I had just thought to make this account in September when I made my first debt-free journey video. That's when I decided that I was going to open up an IRA. By 11/26, so November 26, from the end of September to November 26, I had already met my $300 goal to open up my IRA account. This is my very first goal, financial goal that I've reached thus far. And I'm just so excited because if you would have asked me back in September if I would have been able to do this, I would have told you absolutely not. But I did it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe. Here it is. This is tangible proof to me that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Anything. Last but not least, probably one of my favorite funds that I've started thus far. So let me give you a little backstory about this fund. Years ago, I had ran across, I don't know if it was an article or if it was like a financial video. I don't remember where, and I don't want to lie to you, but it was like a crazy statistic about how many Americans basically live paycheck to paycheck. And I, was one of those people. But the statistic was pretty dang on high. But more so, they talked about how, I'm forgetting the actual numbers for it, but it was talking about how the average American doesn't have $1,000 saved in their account for an emergency. And I remember when I read that, obviously I had been struck because I am one of those people who was living paycheck to paycheck at the time, as well as I was also part of that statistic of not having $1,000 saved and definitely running into that issue of when emergencies would come up, I didn't have it. That really stood out to me. And that number, that $1,000, was definitely a target rather, that I wanted to reach at the very least, especially since this is the number they were specifying. So I took it upon myself, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying this, back in September, because that is how long it's been. It has not been that long. Literally 1/4, okay? 1/4 worth of me saving, of me budgeting and saving. That's it. 3 to 4 months. And I decided that $1,000 was going to be my rainy day fund. And once I reach $1,000, we'll figure it out from there, because I no longer want to be that statistic. I no longer want to be that American who's living paycheck to paycheck, And I no longer want to be that statistic of not having $1,000 saved in my account for an emergency. There's no way that I can continue living the way that I've been living. It's just not feasible. And I'm sure I'm not alone in this. So I say all that to say, here we are, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. Okay, right up there. 20, 40, 60, 80, that's 2. Right next to it. 20, 40, 60, 80, 3. 20, 40, 60, 80, that's 4. 20, 40, 60, 80, that's 5. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, that's 6. 20, 40, 60, 80, that is 7. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. That is 8. 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So let's count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30. $830. $830 is how much I've saved from September, the end of September, until January. Today is January the 17th, 2022. 1 quarter, I was able to save $830 on top of my other sinking funds here, on top of the challenge that I've been doing. Like I said before, back in September, if you would have told me I would have been able to accomplish this, I would not have believed you. Because for so long, I've struggled with my finances. So to finally be seeing progress, words can't even explain. I can't even express to you how I feel. But if this is any confirmation for you to get started budgeting, doing better with your finances, choosing to save, not just for today, not for tomorrow, but your future, I hope that this is your confirmation. Do it today. If you only have $1, save it. Just start, and you will not be disappointed. I guarantee you. Because if I had not documented it, I wouldn't believe it. Shoot. The proof is in the pudding. Do it. All right, let's go ahead and transition to my 2022 financial goals. My first goal is, and this may seem like an obvious one, but I'm going to say it anyways, continue to budget. Budgeting has become so important to me. It really has allowed me to see how I was mishandling my money. And more importantly, budgeting has allowed me to see how I was just mishandling my life, if we're being 100. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't just with money that I was being excessive and irresponsible. It was in so many areas of my life. So just budgeting alone has opened up so many doors and has really allowed me to expand and grow. So I'm very grateful for that. If you only take one thing from this video, take that. Budget. You can't go wrong. You really can't. My second goal is to continue to be cash-based. Being cash-based has relieved so much of my stress. When I pay in cash, it's paid. Not only is it paid, it's paid in full, which is important. I no longer have to worry about making a purchase and then a month from now receiving a statement saying, hey, Remember that random day at the mall? This is what you charged. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about that anymore. And it's so lovely. It's lovely. Not only that, and this is somewhat of a side note, but for some reason, when you use your card, whether it's a debit card um, or a credit card, it doesn't matter, but it's something about sliding that piece of plastic that seems not real. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like when you slide your card, you don't think that the money is real. Like, and I know that sounds crazy. I know some of y'all are looking at me like, what? But think about it, especially those who have terrible spending habits like I did. There's something about sliding that card that does not seem real. And like I said, it's only when you receive your statement that you're like, oh, shoot, what was I thinking? I didn't know that I charged that much. I didn't know I spent that much. But when it's on your card, you don't even think about it. But it's something about when you handle tangible cash, paper money, and you hand over that money that's a little like, it's jarring. It's jarring. And you take a pause when you're gonna purchase something. And I found myself pausing a lot, whether I was buying groceries, whether I was whatever it was, where I would sit there and I'm like, I've always bought, Dove bar soap, but Dove is out of their mind charging me $10 for 8 bars. Are you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like things I wouldn't have thought about before, I was now thinking about. And I'm like, this is half the price, just as good. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't willing to part with the tangible money versus when I used to put it on my card, boiling, like, so definitely sticking to cash based moving forward. My third goal for 2022 is to pay off 3 more credit cards. Now, this is ambitious. This is very ambitious. If you've seen my debt free journey video, I talked about how I was able to pay off 3 of my credit cards before, which was very much true. But my financial situation was different than it is now. Back then, I was working a full time 40-hour job, whereas within the past year, I've actually been working part time, where I work as little as 20 hours. Um, and then sometimes it goes up to 40. Like, for instance, this past holiday season, I was working 40 hours. Things are a lot different than they were back then. This is somewhat of a goal within a goal because I'm still actively trying to reach my $1,000 goal for my rainy day fund. So once I hit my rainy day fund goal, at that point, whatever money I save moving forward, half of that money is going to go to whatever sinking fund I choose for it to go to, and the other half of it is going to go toward making extra payments onto my credit cards. Also, I want to point out that the credit cards that I'm going to be eliminating, I'm going to go after the ones with the highest interest rates, which back when I got rid of the 3 before, that was not even something that was on my radar. It never crossed my mind to go after the highest interest rates. But the book that I've been reading by Susie Orman, Women in Money, that book has been so enlightening. And I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. But that was one of her suggestions when getting rid of credit card debt. And so I'm definitely going to take her advice on that and start tackling the ones with the highest interest rates. Now, my fourth goal. This one is not technically a goal per se, but it's really more so like an adjustment I made to some of my sinking funds, but I wanted to acknowledge it here. In the portion where I counted out my sinking funds with you, I did have an acoustic guitar fund. I would still love to learn how to play acoustic guitar. At this point, my priorities are different and have changed. To coincide with my actual goals, I've turned my acoustic guitar fund into my travel/vacation fund, just to make more sense for myself at this point in time, especially because I have so many family functions this year. It's crazy. So I know that I need to save for that. There's going to be travel cost, gas, plane tickets, accommodations once we get there, everything that goes along with travel. So it'll probably be in my best interest to start saving for that instead of an acoustic guitar. So yeah, I've also added 4 more funds, again, out of necessity. I've added a birthday/holiday fund. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Within the past couple years, we haven't really been celebrating because of the Rona, but things have been somewhat turning around. So I do think we're going to be doing a lot more celebrating this year. So I just want to be prepared for that. And of course, we're all trying to be as safe as possible. Just want to put that out there. I've also added a sewing fund, which, if you have not seen my previous video of A Quest to Find Love, a hobby, I'm going to link that in the description box. But I basically talk about the stress I was feeling from this past year and how I've picked up sewing as a new hobby. And I obviously need money to fund that hobby, so I started that fund as well. I've also started the Beauty and Household Fund. This one's also pretty self-explanatory, but for a while I was using my groceries fund to fund both groceries as well as household items that I would need, as well as beauty products. So for a while that was working, but it started to cut too much into my groceries where I was like, okay, at this point I'm kind of sacrificing either getting what I need to eat or getting what I need around the house. So I figured it'd be for the best to just start a beauty/household fund. And the last fund that I've added is my Cappuccino Cash Fund. And I kind of showed my Cappuccino Cash jar in the counting portion as well. But I basically decided to make this like a catch-all jar because I had my recycle money in it initially, but then I took that out and I put it into my I need a vacation shadow box. At the end of the week, if I have any leftover money in my wallet from any of my funds, all of that money is going to go into my Cappuccino Cash jar. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with that money as of yet. I may not even make a plan for it, to be honest. It may be like my recycle fund money where I just go do my recycle and I put it in the shadow box and I don't touch it. So I may just do that and not have any meaning for it, just saving it. If you have any ideas or suggestions of what you think I should do with that money, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions because for now it's just going to be another pocket of money that I'm saving, so which is not a bad thing to me. And then the very last goal for 2022, my 5th goal is to finish the 100 envelope challenge. Did you guess it? You probably guessed it. This has been a challenging one. The challenge has been a challenging one. It has. It really has. But I'm happy that I'm doing it. And if you are unfamiliar with the 100 envelope challenge or you have not seen my video, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. I started the 100 envelope challenge to save money. As I stated in my original video, the whole point of me doing that challenge was as extra because my main priority was to budget and save for my sinking funds. Which at the time when I first started saving was the rainy day fund and was that it? Which I think was just the rainy day fund at the time. So to me, the 100 envelope challenge for me was just extra. I just wanted to see if I'd be able to save on a consistent basis, but also challenge myself to save more. And I've been doing it. So I'm really happy about that. But it like I said, is definitely pushing me to be even more disciplined than I've already been over the past year. So I would love to be able to finish that challenge because at the end of that challenge, you will be able to save $5,050. So I had already decided that the $5,050 would either go to a down payment for my home, which I know that's not the entire down payment, but I figured it'd be a great start, a great kickstart to what I'll need for a down payment, and or help me just eliminate more of my debt, whichever comes first. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care what it goes to. To me, finishing the challenge is already going to be the success. So the money is just the cherry on top. And that is my last goal for 2022. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And as always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, please, and leave me some feedback in the comments down below. I would love to hear about your finances in 2021. Did you learn anything? Did you change anything? Will you be making some adjustments? Let me know what your financial goals are for 2022. Please let me know. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more financial and or lifestyle content. For the most part, I upload every Wednesday. I've missed the past couple weeks, but we're not going to talk about that. You see, that's the travel plans I was just talking about. I just came back from Vegas. I went to my cousin Cam. Hey girl, my cousin Cam's baby shower. Congratulations to you and your new baby girl, my new baby cousin. We're so excited. But yeah, I would love to have you here. So go ahead and subscribe. And until next time.